Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Curse of Mother Myth.
That's from that Omega slap that I did just now.
Yeah, you're so weak. We also got, certainly not least, our Sir Aspida, our Silver Dragonborn Paladin played by Aeronox, who is running a little bit late and will soon join us. And with that, I am going to quickly go through what happened last time. Because I'm gonna do it thoroughly, because we haven't been playing for a while, and I need to make sure it's done correctly. Okay, so last episode on Bite Marks and Possessions, you, first of all, Hamardia comes by the fire, feeling drained and confused, not knowing that she had been having a conversation with a vampire and been drained of blood, and then had her memories changed. She wakes up Asvada to change the watch with her, and they have a conversation. As Amartya asks about what they are doing here, and Asvada explains that their mission from the Protectorate, and they are here to negotiate with Strahd. Then Asvada notices indeed that Amartya has been bitten, but doesn't say anything yet. Hamartya wonders why you haven't left the mist, if you were given permission to do so from these negotiations, but Asvada explains that since Illyria couldn't leave, they decided together to not follow Strahd's rule. Asvada asks Hamartya what the hag's relationship is with Strahd and Hamartya, and what Hamartya thinks about it, and Hamartya says the hag has a contract, but for her Strahd has always been a storm or a grim reaper, or just a natural cause of destruction. But for hope instead of actual physical damage. Asvada tries to sneakily wake up Nyx, and Mix mumbles in his sleep, kill them all for some reason. Nyx goes to see Illyria and sees that she has a bad dream. He leans in, hearing her mumbling something about "don't leave me." Nyx wakes her up, and Illyria says she was having that dream again. You reveal to Amartya that she was bit, and Amartya says she doesn't remember Asvada. She doesn't remember Asvada, believes her, but Nyx thinks she is hella sus.
Okay.
But Illyria and Asvada both mention that Strahd has messed with Nyx's mind, so perhaps he has done so with Hamartya's as well. You go on to read the tracks of the event that had unfolded. Nyx were like, I don't need your help. And Hamartya's like, well, I'm gonna help either way. And then you end up getting helped. You found some fresh blood on the ground by the leaves, and a strand of Amartya's hair, and you see some impact on a tree. Asvada senses for undead with her little radar, and she finds a few random ones underneath the ground around again, and then two above ground towards the east. Soul asks why Nyx doesn't like him, and it reveals his bloodthirsty nature, right?
What do you mean by that? Like, what?
But when Soul went, I don't like that he doesn't like you. Do you want to kill
Soul's
him in
bloodthirsty nature.
Yes. Do you
Right,
want to kill him in the sleep?
I thought Nick's bloodthirsty nature,
Oh.
because at this point I wouldn't be surprised anymore.
Yeah,
No, Soul.
The writings makes it sound like it Nyx has a bloodthirsty nature,
sorry.
which maybe he does, but Soul also has one.
Yes,
Definitely.
it was the first time that we have heard that, so I just wanted to mark up on it. I will bathe in their blood.
I love Soul.
And then again, Hamartya's like, what is going on? Tell me more. Why is Strahd so, so interested in y'all? But you dodged this question again. And then you turned your questions on Amartya instead, asking her about the hags. And Amartya confirms again that there are 3 hags that has an alliance with Strahd. You wonder what this contract is about. Amartya mentions that there's a circle of stones that she's not allowed to go to. But her family visits once per year to perform some kind of strange ritual. you remember that you went to a place as well that is exactly the same. A place of some strange stones that started levitating when you come close to them, and some dancing mists around, and some weird pool of blood seeping out of the stones and like falling like a waterfall into the middle. You took the rubbings of the writings that you didn't understand. That was gray on the stones, but the top you could understand because it was written in Infernal. And Martha says she touched one of the stones, and through a little bit of detective work, you realized it was the stone that said siphon in Eternal. Afterwards, Martha could do stuff that she couldn't do before, she explains. Casimir butts in for the first time. Everybody forgets sad Casimir, who just hangs there in the background, just wanting to be edgy. Saying that he has seen another circle of stones in the swamps by the ruins of Beres on his way towards the temple. Hamartia muses that perhaps that each hag has their own circle of stones. You wonder what the meanings of the stones can be, and why Strahd has not killed Hamartia yet. Nyx points out the necklace to Illyria. Says she has tucked it away for now. And Nyx is like, but why are we keeping it? It can be dangerous. And Illyria counters that he could probably see her anyway, and knows what her is anyway, so what doesn't matter? It could just be an opportunity for the future. And then Nyx wondered, but why did he give it to her in the first place then? But that conversation fizzles out. And then Marty asks what your goal is. And Illyria says that they're here to help Barovia, but Martha counters that Nyx is a Vistani, so automatically loyal to Strahd, and he can leave the mists whenever he wants to. Then Nyx slaps Hamartia, but she is not impressed, asking why he is here when he can be safe. And then Nyx says that he has a debt to repay. Hamartia really tensely challenges Nyx to kill her now. Asphodel knows how similar they are, but Nyx doesn't want to, think about that. Nyx puts Hamartia's dagger at the throat. Hamartia has a bit of a heart-to-heart, and Nyx tells her to endure living. Thrusts the dagger into a log and casts guidance on her by booping her forehead, right?
Yeah.
Hamartia breaks down in tears.
Again.
And Asphodel does her mother wisdom thing. Again. And eventually Hamartia falls asleep. Asphodel has her watch, notices that the two dogs and the raider is coming closer, so she waits and wants to greet them. She tries to speak to them, saying she's trying to return their friend's amulet, and they shift their hostility to the camp itself. Illyria then loses control of her body, runs out of her tent, and then shouts very loudly, why am I writing lightly when there should be loudly? We are here to murder Strahd. The two undead becomes furious on a dime.
I am so sorry!
That's your fault.
During the fight, the two undead tries to avoid Aspen and Illyria, and Illyria tries to straight up murder herself. The one with the short sword gets a bit weirded out by her, but then gets slashed hard by Asphodel, which she seems to enjoy, and targets Asphodel for the first time with attacks. Nyx notices guilt on the face of Casimir as he watches Illyria. Illyria falls in combat. Nyx is close to falling, but heals Illyria up. You win the day, and Illyria steps into the fire, trying to kill herself again. But as you converge around her, she gives up, steps out of the fire, holding herself completely differently. Asphodel holds her as Nyx starts to cast Detect Magic. Hamartia realizes there are no souls in the undead bodies. And that's where we left off.
I'm sick and tired of being possessed.
To just add to the converge around you, Illyria, to give you a sense of perspective.
Yeah.
Your possessed conscious decided to step out of the fire because it was considered unnecessary, because Nyx would just kept you up with temporary hit points, and the amount of damage you were receiving was not gonna replace the temporary damage. So you were basically immortally charged within the fire.
Mm-hmm. Just hurting, but never dying.
Yeah, just by Nyx's presence, and he's like, no, we can do this.
And Illyria is aware of this going on. She just can't do shit about it, right?
Yes, you are aware of bits and pieces. It's a little bit fragmented what you experience, but if you come back.
What do you mean Should I have brought another character?
You didn't come with a second character?
Oh no.
You don't have 3 characters just in case, you know?
Yeah.
This
For
is
this?
Frostmark.
Yeah.
That's a no big mistake. I mean,
No, I'm gonna say, I was gonna say something. No, if you come back, Lyria, you will be vaguely aware of like the
Okay.
of what has happened, but not all the details.
Okay, that's completely fair.
Up
I'm not following
until just for the combat though, just like when the undead arrived and Asphodel woke up the camp, that's when the switch happened. But you did feel weird after you woke up from the dream, a little bit stuffy and a little bit weird.
What did I dream?
The dream again, over and over again. You know, at the crossroads, the vision.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that one. I just
yeah.
wanted to make sure.
No worries. Okay, I've dragged it out as much as I can for Arinax to join us, but she will do so shortly, we hope. So let's get back to it. Let's go here. Change the music. There we go. Dirty and bloody, you surround Illyria with perplexed dispositions. The stark difference between the minutes ago chaos to the stillness of the undisturbed forest and the crackling fire is jarring. As you wait patiently for Nyx to finish his ritual casting of detect magic. And so does Illyria. Despite being in the firm grip of Asphodel, she doesn't fight against it. For once. Here and there come soft moans of pain from her. You think you can hear parts of her exposed flesh on her legs still sizzle a little bit, where the fire burned away parts of her trousers. Despite trying to look bored, there's also poorly veiled curiosity as her eyes dot around the campfire and sometimes linger on details for a few seconds before catching herself in the act and returning to Nyx. Casimir slowly walks back towards the circle of warmth and light, but hesitantly so. His eyes plastered on Illyria's back and then face as he walks around. There, he freezes. As Illyria's eyes meet his with a cocky smile on the lips and utters a sentence in Elvish to him. He grows pale. Paler than what he already is, and takes a quick step backwards in panic. But Nyx needs to focus. And you're all tired and breathing heavily, taking this little moment of respite to calm your breaths, calm your muscles, calm the aching in your bones. And in the end, Nyx's ritual finishes, revealing to him a magical presence, a soul that has lashed onto Illyria and surrounds her soul, subduing it. It confirms your suspicions, Nyx, as you had never cast detect magic on somebody that is possessed before, but the evidence is unmistakable. Illyria is indeed possessed by another soul. What do you guys want to do?
Nyx looks up as the energies become apparent around Illyria's soul and looks to Asphodel and says, "It is as we thought. She is taken over by something else. It envelops her soul. We do not know how or why or what, but it might be better to render her unconscious." I do not think that she will be giving us any sort of information that we can use.
Yes, you might be right. I'm sorry, Illyria, but you need to sleep now. She raises, like, the end of her halberd and, like, do a whack! And before Illyria falls to the ground and before she is put to sleep, Illyria says in another voice, almost in another accent, "Oh, come on," before falling down on the ground, or slumping down, because Asphodel catches her and gently puts her down.
As that happens, I look over to Casimir and say, "What exactly did she say to you that you seem so scared about?"
I don't know what you're talking about. She's... Clearly something is happening to Illyria that is not good. I don't want us to lose her.
I raise an eyebrow as I composure check that shit.
Can I say something about as well? Okay, why I don't have numbers here? What the fuck? Oh, my PDF is fucked. Do you remember? Oh, it's not fucked. It's fucked on Firefox.
Yeah,
for some reason.
don't open it in Firefox. It's always
Okay.
fucked on Firefox.
Firefox, more like fire not. Okay. Wait, it's empathy composure, right?
Yes, empathy
yeah.
composure. Yes,
How do I Frostmark?
yes. You look at the number beside your empathy composure and you roll that. Wow.
Shit. 16 plus.
That's a 20.
Yeah. Because I fucked up before when I hit. That's a 20 for me.
Oh. Okay. Whatever was bothering Casimir a moment ago is now gone. Is just this neutral face with just a little bit of concern shown in the little furrowed brow that he displays, and you do sense that he's genuine when he says he's concerned about the area, but he's quite slippery when it comes to revealing more at this moment.
I lower my eyebrow and I look at him and say, "Look, this event, whatever the fuck this was, has taken quite a lot out of me. And you stood by and watched us until the very last moment when you decided to help after your own ass seemed to be in some sort of jeopardy. Once more, you failed to help those that you had promised to serve. I saw that look in your face. The last thing we need is another person keeping secrets from us." She spoke in some strange language, which you seem to recognize, so I'm going to assume this is Elvish. What did she say?
He looks down on the ground, then over to Illyria. A long pause of silence. I did not promise to serve, only to guide.
Do you really wish to deal in sophistry right now? Listen, it's been a long day for all of us, and I believe I speak to everyone when I say that we are tired of this shit. So, You better do what Nyx asks of you, or else he might burst out of his little shell. I'm tired. My apologies.
There's a little bit of like, her face is like leaning away from you. I'm like, wow, what is this? Why is there so much energy from this little thing? It's a difficult situation. It's hard to explain. If I say something that it's wrong, then know that no matter what you do to me physically, I will be tormented 100 times more mentally.
What are you talking about, Casimir? I'm just asking for a translation.
I cannot. I don't not know what you want me to reveal or not.
Are you really going to play this game? If whatever she said you cannot reveal out of fear of your own safety, just say so. Just blink if that's the case.
That statement is correct and not correct in the same time. But something like that. I'm
Is something
very,
watching?
very sorry.
I look around to see if something is watching from like the tree line, or if there's like something else he's trying to like look towards, or if he is just standing there, I guess.
Now, his gaze for now has been on the ground, on Illyria, and you too. But you can still scan the tree line if you want to, with the perception intelligence.
I scan it.
You scan it.
You scan the tree line.
Woo!
Tree line scanning commencing.
Exterminate.
Perception intelligence.
Yes. There's a lot of shadows. Not a lot of answers.
Listen, Casimir, I do not know why you chose to keep this to yourself. After all, you begged us for you to come along with us. This is not a platform for us to judge. We are tired, and we are injured. And if this means that we know exactly what's going on with the Illyria, I think we deserve to know.
I truly did not know that this would happen.
What would happen? The possession? The soul on that's overtaken her soul?
Yes.
Why didn't you think it would happen? I mean, none of us knew that it would happen, but you are
What?
now insinuating that you had some suspicion that it could happen.
It sometimes happened to me. I did not know she would do it to others.
He? Who? What?
What circumstances exactly? Oh! Hello!
Welcome!
Hello! How are
You
you
knocked me the
guys?
fuck out! Are you okay? How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Yay! Welcome!
I understand how COVID takes people out, because man, is it crummy. Even though Omicron is mild, god damn!
You have been affected by Omicron?
Yeah.
Oh no. Are you fit for the session?
Oh yeah, I'm fit for this session. The worst of it is past, and now I'm gonna see how far along am I
Oh,
with the
okay,
test
okay.
at work. Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah,
well.
luckily I don't have to pay nothing for it.
Oh, wow, that's a
So-
first.
Yeah, for real, right? The benefits of working in a diagnostic lab. All my
True.
diagnostics are free.
I'm happy though that things aren't worse.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
If you're confused as to what happened last time, you got the session summary, and so far what's happened is that you have knocked Illyria out on the ground,
Yes.
and they are now interrogating Casimir why he's so looking guilty. And so far Casimir has only said that he cannot say anything because he's scared of something happening to him. This sometimes happens to him, and he's truly sorry he did not know it could happen to others. And he's mentioning a she. That's where we are right now.
Alrighty.
Is it his sister? Question mark. Was it his
Wait.
sister?
Well, he was just about to say she. Like Nick's just questioned she. What do you mean she? Who she?
That point, his lips clamped down into a thin, tense line.
Did this happen to anyone else you know? Any common denominator? Any sort of shared trait?
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and just assume that he means elves, or those with some sort of elvish lineage. And I'm gonna look to him to see if he reacts, to see if he is confirming or denying based on his body language, as I say the word elvish denomination, elvish bloodline.
Oh man, we're playing each other. I like it.
He shakes his head ever so little, and then he says, I know that I cannot ask much out of you all, especially after what's happened here, but I need a few moments with her alone, and
Yes.
I promise that I can fix this.
What? I have so many questions and no answers.
The one that is currently within Illyria's body.
Nix looks to Illyria on the ground, then to Casimir, then Illyria, then to Casimir, then Illyria again, and he goes, what? I'm tired, and I'm pretty banged up. I think I need a little bit of a rousing story. Excuse me as I open my book and read to myself in anger. And he's gonna kneel down, open his book, and he's gonna start casting Prayer of Healing by reading a bedtime story to himself.
Alright?
As for the road, turn to Casimir. You do know that after you fix whatever has happened to Illyria, we require a full explanation as to what the hell went on.
Oh, by the way, as for that, I would like an explanation about these undead that we encountered. I think that is more of your area of expertise.
Yes. Yes, indeed. I was anticipating their arrival. It would have went smoothly without anything bad happening. But I suppose that little whatever is inside Illyria had a bit of a revealing moment. But I'm sure I'll learn more when they come back, as I'm sure they will.
They specifically, or others, because maybe we should ban them. I don't really want them back.
Yep. I will certainly bind them. They will be back, regardless. but at least they'll be back bound.
Speaking of bound, shouldn't we do the same towards the Lyra? Considering that this is not a Lyra.
I think that should be appropriate.
Alright.
Anybody have rope? A lot of rope.
Let me check.
As
Does have rope.
I said, if you would trust me a little bit more, if I'm able to talk with her alone, then perhaps all of this could be cleared up. I just need a few minutes.
You see, that's the problem. That keyword, trust. I don't think these people trust you.
It's not really that, Matia. It's more.
Do you trust them?
I don't know either way.
So you don't?
He's confused. Well, actually, Nix is reading a bedtime story. He can't respond to it.
I'm reading on the little prince, okay? Stop it.
Well, I don't trust people wholly, but I do trust that he will give an explanation afterwards.
As
So,
much as I'm allowed to by her.
then let's see what she spells out to you. And then when you return, we return with you in Illyria, and not what is within.
And what about she wants to say her greetings? Not allowed?
Will it speed up the process of her getting out?
I will talk with her. And I will try my best to make it as expedient as possible.
It's not a matter of trying. It is that you will.
Understood. Sir Asfada. I will keep her bound and just walk towards the forest. And please, privacy is important.
Very well.
After that, have this. I give you 10 meters of rope. I have.
Oh, 10 meters. Woohoo.
What?
Thank you. She'll take the rope and start unbinding these two guys.
Oh. As you approach them with the ropes, their eyes open.
Back so soon.
And both of them stand up. They grab their weapons, and all of you freeze in worry, going for your own weapons as well. But then, rather calmly, both of them sheath them. And then silently watches you all for a second. This more feminine one over here raises her head, her yellow eyes slightly gleaming underneath her cowl. You can never defeat us, as death can never kiss our lips. You, Dragonborn, she points to you, will be safe until you deliver Argenvott's token back to Sir Lucian. If you do not, and after the task is done, We will hunt you in greater numbers, so ordered by Grand Master Horngard, unless you swear off your desire of destroying the Emperor. It's ordained that his misery will be endless. If you want us to stop hunting you, then declare your new intentions to our faces at the dragon statue.
Well, that's certainly something to dwell upon after I get a bit more information on the situation at hand. But I doubt, I truly doubt, that whatever my decision is, it won't stop me from ending Strahd. Because I need to get out of here. They need to get out of here. The people who aren't the cause of Strahd's suffering. He can suffer in lonely silence. Everybody else needs to leave this place.
Discuss your ideals and intentions with Grand Master Horngard.
And that I intend to do so.
At your own risk. And then she unceremoniously, with just a quick nod, turns around and starts walking towards it would be southwest. The one over here turns his torso a little bit towards his companion and then looks to you, Asphodel, and says quickly, "Nice try. I look forward to facing you again, imposter."
Likewise.
And both of them just silently wanders into the woods. All of their wounds regenerated.
Alright. She'll just turn around and return the rope.
Oh, thank you. I hope it was useful for you.
As useful as it could have been.
What a lovely bunch. I see you've made a lot of friends here.
In some ways, yes. Though unwilling, most.
Yes, that sounds rather on point. I'm tired. And my moth is dead.
Agreed.
Casimir will take the rope from Asphodel, bind up Illyria, and kind of bridal style carry her out in the woods.
Bridal style. You could say fireman style, so the rest of the world understands what you mean.
Oh,
Wait. No,
Is it
bridal
really?
style is if you put her in the front of you.
yeah.
Fireman style is if
Yeah,
you're
over
on
your
the
shoulder.
shoulders.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He does stay in
Oh,
front of
okay.
you.
So bridal
Okay.
is like, oh, you saved me, Superman! Oh! Like, that's bridal style.
That is so funny to me.
It does.
You know for a fact if she was herself, she would object. And, not unconscious.
He does so rather gently, and then walks into the night and into the darkness.
Meanwhile, I am going to peek at Nix's book. Seems kind of interesting.
Huh? Right, he's going through a ritual. You can see new words. He's it looks like he's reading a story, but as he's reading, it's like he's not reading words that are already written. As he's casting the ritual spell, new words form on the pages, but he reads them as if they are already there.
Oh, nice. And what's the story about?
It's part of his book. So he has been writing this throughout the tales of going through Barovia as his one of his ambitions. And you can catch a passage that refers to royal festivities and about a princess and that has been accused of devil worship. And that's as much as you see before he pauses and says, "Can I help you?"
Oh, just that, I pointed to the book. That seems like a lovely story. Lots of intrigue.
Yes, it is. And it's none of your business.
Oh, it's a personal thing. My apologies. Didn't mean to intrude.
Then he goes back to softly incanting with the ritual, and as he finishes the ritual, he will look to Asphoda. Is Asphoda injured? I think she is.
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think a lot.
Maybe just one hit or something like that.
Yeah, I got 20 oof points applied
Yeah,
to
yeah,
yourself.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, that's perfect, because 20 healing, prayer of healing, health goes to you.
Woo! Alright, yeah.
Thank you.
Let's say that's enough, because I don't think they hit her that much. To Illyria as well?
Valyria's not here, so.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
And not to Hamati, unfortunately.
I was carried away, so no healing for me.
Yes.
Illyria's gonna be very confused.
Do you wait in silence, or?
Well,
Go ahead.
if that's all, I think I'm going to go back to sleep. I have a new identity forge and a new moth to give life to tomorrow in the morning. So good night and good night.
Good night.
She just stops on the ground and starts snoring.
Yeah, she is tired, that's for sure.
I don't know how long they're going to be, Asphoda. It is curious that he needs privacy. Part of me wishes that I still had the ability to go invisible to spy on them, but if you have faith in him, then I will hold off too. It is more interesting is that you had this very casual conversation with a couple of undead creatures that were hellbent on killing me. And whilst I can see some sort of camaraderie, might you have a little bit more information so we know if we should expect more undead creatures with fucking huge swords coming after us in the middle of the night?
Well. Oh, one moment.
Looking through the notes.
Well, I have to guess through frequent experiences with them. It seems they don't want me particularly. Just those around, it seems. Just unfortunate. Aggravating, even. I don't know why. I don't know the people they spoke about. I don't know what they want, what they mean, or anything. Or why they don't want me. It's a lot of holes in this story that I don't understand, other than what has transpired. Nor do I know what this token is supposed to symbolize and why you're safe. Well, I'm safe until it's returned.
Maybe it's just this night. Maybe I got knocked in the head a little too hard, but it seems like there's a lot of non-answers happening tonight. Casimir, now with you as well. Do you please, put me out of my misery. Who are these people? Who is Grandmaster Horngard? And why did they want you to go talk to him?
I can only guess it's because I am with the aggregate purifiers, and she kind of shows her medallion, as their symbol is the silver dragon. But as for this Master Horngard, these names I do not know. There might be something bigger and deeper about my employers, as you may call it. Those who I serve. Which could be a lot different inside here than the outside.
I guess, I mean, we've had this talk before. You had no idea if they had sent others before you. But I guess, since we're on this journey to the dragon statue, right? I'm concerned. Both from the fact that we just literally killed these two creatures moments before they killed us, and Illyria being batshit crazy didn't help things. However, might we consider in the future severing their legs or their arms or something so they are not so able-bodied should they get up?
Able-bodied.
That would be a good idea. It would be nice to see if they can regenerate those as fast as everything else.
At least take away their weapons.
Indeed. Lessons to be learned. Unfortunately for the next time.
Right.
In the meantime, Illyria, you are leaning against a large pine tree. Your butt on the ground, your feet in front of you, your hands tied in front of you. And Casimir is kind of doing the a squat in front of your face and is looking worriedly at your face. This is what you come back to.
What?
Illyria? Is that you?
I do hope so. Yes.
He gives you like an extra look. Really?
What happened?
It's probably you. Let me take care of these ropes. There you go. That should be more comfortable. Could we, or I, explain together with your party so I don't have to do it twice?
Sure.
Once again, I'm sorry for what happened. Here. Let me help you up.
Thanks. I don't really understand what was going on.
You don't remember much?
Bits and pieces, but I remember having that weird dream. The rest is a bit
Dream?
foggy. Yeah, I saw it the first time at the crossroads. I can tell you about it later if you want, or now. It's
So, as for that, has threatened my life if I do not expediently return you as normal. So,
then we better get that over with, because if whatever happened just now happens again, we're both in trouble, probably.
Well, he will eventually find me and make sure that I come back to life, but the act of dying is never a pleasant one. And he starts going back towards that fire, that light in between the trees.
Hilarious. Someone like slowly goes like, kind of like, realizes that she's a little bit hurt.
Yes, speaking of which, you're feeling a pang in your chest. And looking down on it, actually, your armor has been pierced, and there was a wound that was bleeding quite heavily, concerningly close to your heart. And you do feel that you're quite tired.
Who stabbed me in the heart? It's just like the first thing Illyria says as she comes back towards the fire. Kind of like stumbles and like sits down as soon as she can.
Nyx like steps away from her and goes, "What the hell?"
It's me, I think.
Ah, that's the kind of uncertainty I recall.
Wait. We have a safe word.
Conversation about uncertainty. I'm tired and I only remember bits and pieces and like burns.
People are trying to sleep here. Be quiet.
Asphoda will go over to Illyria and
Wait.
just put... Yeah?
Wait, Asphoda.
Yes?
You remember we had this safe word with Kelvin. Should we know one of us loses their memory again?
Yes.
Maybe this is... We don't know exactly what went on down there. He's gonna like have his voice low so Casimir doesn't hear. Like, you remember Illyria? You remember Kelvin's favorite mushroom, yes?
All of them?
Right in the fields, man.
Even I have a hard time remembering that.
I am so sorry.
What's Kelvin's favorite mushroom?
Roll a intelligence check.
What, the people who don't take notes?
18.
Okay, alright. Wasn't it the blue something
It
mushroom?
was purple mushroom.
It was a purple mushroom. Okay.
Purple glow shroom.
Purple glow shroom.
Purple glow shroom.
That was it. Okay, so you're a little bit dumbfounded for a while, and then, like lightning, you remember what it was.
Purple ghost room.
Okay. Next, like,
Look,
Plums
Nix, I
is-
think I lost quite a bit of blood.
either that you did, and your
Yes.
feet might be slightly blistered. You
Yes.
decided to have an affinity with fire.
Yes.
There was something inside you.
We will recap in the morning. Hopefully in better, less stressed spirits.
Is that your casual way of saying, let's get back to sleep?
Yes. Everything will be answered come the sun.
Right. I think I was...
Me too.
I forget who was meant to take next watch. As for that. It was I, right? No. Yes. No, it was Illyria. Wait.
It was you.
You snoring. I
No, you're just waking her up because I'm having this conversation.
Asmunda just says, you nix.
Right. Okay. Sure. Ah, you get some sleep, as for that. I'll make sure nothing else happens. Or I'll wake you up. You sleep. And you too, Illyria. If you can.
After these events, Aspida is just actually just gonna sit, like sleep by the fire, like curled up.
Casimir asks before you will go to bed. So you want the explanation tomorrow?
Yes, be just perfect.
Very well. I will enter my meditation.
I'll probably tell you about the other thing tomorrow too then. God, I'm tired.
Right? And one by one, you find rest again. It's been quite a break in the middle of the night. Talking so much, dealing with Hamartia's bite wound, and then going back to bed, and then the undead coming, waking up again, and then all of this. And so you're all properly exhausted and more than happy to return to the comforting embrace.
One final thing.
Oh.
As Illyria goes to bed, Nyx wants to catch her by the hand.
Mm-hmm.
And just like look at her in her eyes and say, I mean, I'm not going to leave you. You know this, right?
What? I didn't think you would. She just looks at you very confused.
I'm not going to leave you.
Illyria just kind of like flings, trying to figure out what you're trying to tell her. It's like, oh, thanks. I mean, I hopefully won't leave you guys either as long as, well, I'm myself.
That's good. Get some sleep. I'll be up for a time.
Oh, alright.
I'll let her go to bed.
Alright.
I'll plop down on the log here and warily
It's bed somewhere.
keep watch.
Mm-hmm. Make me a perception intelligence and tell me what you do.
What do I do? I'll be writing the back of my books and notes. He's kind of felt like he had a lot of questions that didn't get answered, so he's gonna like jot them down about these undead and Casimir being sus and the Elvish that Illyria spoke to him. He doesn't speak Elvish, so he doesn't know what it says, but you know, all the things that he needs answers for, he writes down on the back and sighs as he flicks through the pages and sees the map that he was drawing with Calvin's help, and just, you know, bites his lower lip. I'm gonna miss you. And just silently keeps watch.
Alright. For once, the forest is calm, and you're able to get those very much needed hours of rest. As you finish it, I think the first two Sam watch was Illyria, I think the day before. I think are you next the last one or
Matthew
the
was
third?
first.
No, Marty was first.
I'm
Okay.
the third.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
the
was
third.
because when it
Alright.
fucked over. Yeah.
Are you gonna wake Illyria or Casimir for
No,
the rest?
I'm gonna go over to Kisimir, and I'm just gonna, because he did some trance already.
Mm-hmm.
And he only needs 4 hours of trance, right? That's
Yeah,
still the same.
That's true.
Yeah. So technically, his watch is already done. His long rest is already done theoretically,
Yeah.
and he's going to.
Still they're meditating, no?
Yeah, he's gonna walk over and just. Like. Not seen this before. He gets real close. His face real close to his face.
Mm-hmm.
And checks to see if he's like breathing, if he's like his REM cycle, like is it normal? And then he goes, "Can you hear me, Casimir?"
Yes, next.
One eye cracks open, and then for that same eye, there's an eyebrow raise. I heard you approach.
So do you sleep, or is it kind of like you're just sitting there? Can you hear? You go somewhere? Do you dream?
I dream a lot, but it's told that it's not like sleep. Nor do I need as much as the other races that I've come across.
And you feel refreshed? Ready for the new day?
Refreshed is a strong word. Replenished, perhaps? Refreshed? Not anymore.
Well, you have 2 hours to get your explanation in order. I'm going to finish resting up. I still feel a little sleepy. And I look forward to your thorough and detailed, answer-filled report tomorrow morning over breakfast.
The answer is, for a long time, just a silent stare. And then a little nod.
Very good. And next one will not sleep by the fire. He's going to go into the tent.
He has standards.
Yes, and he disrobes, gets all naked.
Oh,
And-
yeah, right.
Dang.
Covers himself with his jacket.
Ah. It's dangerous to wake Nix up. You don't know what you're gonna see. Casimir lets you guys sleep for longer than what he watches. But, do a crossword or something. You don't know what's happening during this time, but an hour or two longer than you would normally sleep. There's a soft tap on Asphoda's foot from Casimir.
She opens a single eye first, kind of look around, sees him, and she just slowly sits up, does a bit of a stretch as some big bones pop. And looks up at the sky, misty, as she assumes.
Illyria, remember that you regain half your HD pool, and then you need to spend it to regain your HP.
I've been waiting for an opportunity to do that. Am I
Yes,
at
yes.
8 or am I at 1?
You're at 8.
Okay. If my sheet is correct, then
I will spend hit die too.
Okay. Do so.
Someone who didn't play Frostmark yet, how does the longest work? Is it like in the other game, or this was something different?
Yes. In D&D, you regain HP automatically in a long rest. In Frostmark, you still spend HD, but you don't need to have access to a herbalism kit or a
well, I had 1 hit die before, so
medical kit on a long rest that you do need to have on a short rest.
Oh, I see. So I still need to spend my hit die.
Yes.
And do they reset, or what? When do they reset?
You regain half your HD pool first, and then you spend.
Okay.
And then you spend.
I just spent all of it.
Which means that you need to spend for the coming day. It's kind of what it means, that you have exhausted some bodily reserves.
Yeah, I'm at max health, I think, but my max health has been shrunk because of the bite.
Oh,
it's regained on a long rest. That lower of HP is regained.
Oh, yay! I'm good. It's fine.
Nah, everything is fine.
This is fine.
Okay.
So, are we awake?
Yes. I guess as for that, after your morning stretch, you help Casimir wake everybody else up?
Yep. Yeah, she'll wake everybody else up.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yeah. I'm gonna go do something. It will take me an hour. By then, you should probably be done with your stupid conversation.
Very well, we'll see you back.
Alrighty, see you later. I'm gonna revive Soul, which died for you, Delilah.
Don't get kidnapped again.
No promises.
Nix comes out of the tent and says, "Just so you know, as Hamati is gone, just so you know that moth of hers, a little sadistic. Like, okay, not a little, like a lot sadistic. Like, I wouldn't want to be in a dark alleyway if that moth wasn't a moth, you know?"
You hear from the distance, he wants to kill you next!
Well, it is a familiar and has been exposed to, of course, her and her entire family. I don't think anybody would come out unscathed, even a tiny moth.
That's the pleasing thought.
Casimir is sitting by his log and is like calmly eating some hot bread, very like slowly and rather picky. Picks up small pieces and crunches on them very carefully. Almost eyeing you all.
As Asphoda takes out her, breakfast, she'll state, "Oh, is Illyria up, or is she?"
I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She'll begin. Well, I guess it's best time as any, now that we're all rested, to recap on everything. Starting with what happened to Illyria.
He nods and puts aside his breakfast on the side of the log. Takes a deep breath. Oh, sorry. Some bread falls on the ground and he excuses himself. Alright. I spoke with yesterday and I made her agree to let Illyria go.
Hi. Can you say who now? Or what?
And she apologized to all of you and promised she wouldn't do it again on a condition.
That being.
That when you follow me to the Amber Temple, that we will all do everything in our power, using whatever lurks inside of its nighty depths to bring my sister back to life.
Was it
Yes.
In that case, would you also explain why she was quite hell-bent in killing herself, or rather, Illyria?
Trina's been less than a ghost for all this time, not able to find any rest. She has tormented me for centuries for what I've done, and her anger extends to that of the Count as well. She stalks me of what is left of her soul, and she noticed through me that Illyria is special to him, and so she wanted this burgeoning relationship between us to sour and deal a blow to the Count at the same time.
Well, it's not like I want to be special to him.
I explained to her that there might be a chance that you're able to hurt him, and she should let you be. And after hearing my words of your competency. She wants to ally with you instead. That if you would raise her back to life, help me towards that endeavor, she would stand with you against the devil.
Did you know that she was going to possess Illyria?
No. She has seldomly possessed anyone other than me. She does so when I'm in my trance and gives me nightmares almost every night, making me live over and over again the moment where I betrayed my own blood and dealt the worst blow possible.
What did you do?
Patrina and the Count, well, back then he was more than that. They were romantically inclined, but after the curse befell the Count, we were afraid of dealing with him, of being close with him, to be allies with him, because it's wrong. And when she came to visit our camp close to Valaki, we tried to talk her down, to persuade her to not continue, that it was dangerous, but she wouldn't listen. I held a meeting with my brothers and sisters, and I let them persuade me that we couldn't risk her becoming like him. And so I killed her with my own hands. At least I thought to myself that it should be me, out of respect, and not anyone other. But no matter how I try to justify what I did, it was still the act of a monster.
And she still blames you for your choice?
She says that she will forgive me when I undo what I have done. And so whenever there are outsiders in our camp, I ask them to travel with me to the Amber Temple, hoping that they might be powerful enough to face what's within and undo what I did.
Is that why you told us about it?
What did you say you did there?
There is like, is that why you told us about it, or is there any truth to what you told me?
Patrina knows the temple. Apparently, she visited with the count in the past.
You said she thought that he might have gotten his mysterious powers from there.
That's why they were both interested in it. What potential lies within? It's my theory, at least.
So you don't know, but Patrina does.
After they realized what scratched the surface of what they had stumbled upon, that's when we grew scared. And we tried to talk her out of continuing what she did, what she was doing. And then the wedding was held. The catastrophe. And then we killed her. She didn't have much time to dive deep into it. But she did tell me of its mysterious nature, and that there is some kind of entity in there that is very powerful. Who is willing to make your wishes come true at a price. That's all I know.
You don't know what sort of entity?
No, I didn't want to know back then. I thought it all was funny to say it now, but I thought it was so cursed. I didn't want to know about it. Didn't want her to go close again. Not to delve deeper into it.
Right, but when she takes over when she possesses you, when you trance, when you go into your meditation state, do you know if she is able to speak using your body like she used and abused Illyria's last night?
Sometimes she has taken my body and stabbed me or thrown me down a cliff, tried to drown me in the lake. But after a few years, those events grew more and more uncommon, and she settled only to torment me in my dreams, probably growing bored.
So not the friendliest of relationships.
Well, I mean,
I deserve it.
after what happened,
I need someone to help me defeat whatever defenses the temple has, to bring me to that entity so I can give whatever it wants in return of my sister's return to life. For my redemption.
And do you believe that we are those people?
You are in a peculiar situation with Illyria. I have never experienced the Count so obsessed with a consort before.
I see. There's not really much more that we can really agree about that. If you don't know anything, then you don't know anything. If she does, then maybe we can talk to her. Then great. But Illyria, what do you think about this?
well, as long as I am not thrown into a campfire again.
Yeah, right. What the hell was that all about?
Honestly,
Well, I don't know. It wasn't me. Like Kazumi said, she wanted to harm me. And by harming me, harming the Count or something.
Oui.
essentially, I suppose the ghost didn't know that we were planning to deal a bigger blow on him than doing that.
Is she going to possess Illyria again? Do we need to chain Illyria up every night now?
No. As long as you are working towards hurting Start and joining me in the Ember Temple, then she will only aid.
And what kind of assistance can she provide now or when she's brought back, so to speak?
You mentioned she was a spellcaster, right?
One of the most talented in our type.
Really?
Yes. It's what brought her to Strad to begin with. They had interest in the arcane. Research.
Well, I do not think that we are out of alignment at all. I mean, not that we are immediately jumping to help your crazy sister who wants to burn Illyria alive, but if it means a potential end, a solution, an ally against the blight that is Strad, then I'm all for it.
Same here.
We need to delve into the Amber Temple first. A place not many who I've brought there has come out of.
Out of interest, how many have you brought?
Dozens of groups like yours. Only one has returned.
The man with the blue eyes, right?
Yes.
Who is in Kresk, right?
I never saw him again.
As far as we know. I mean, we are headed for Kresk either way, if I remember correctly. After delivering.
Well, the idea here was go to the dragon statue and then go to the vineyards, I believe, and resolve that, and then
head to Kresk.
Right. But as long as you can you communicate with your sister? Like, how does this work?
She's only strong enough to do so in the middle of the night.
Is that a yes?
And she's often a confused mess of emotions. But sometimes I'm able to have a lucid conversation with her. But it's not too often. Her soul is... There's something interfering. And the further away I travel west, the more distant she becomes.
But isn't the Amber Temple to the west?
Yes. Southwest.
And you've never really thought why that is?
I have a theory that it's because of where her body is. After my act, the Count came and delivered his verdict for our crimes and took her body to the castle.
He has a habit of doing that.
Yes. I did not revive her, though, or turn her into what he is. She must have been buried or laid to rest somewhere in there. Why, I do not know.
So let's hope that you can communicate with your sister at some point before it gets too muddled up, to tell her that we are on board, and if you could refrain from possessing any one of us, that will be peachy.
Sorry.
For the first time, there's a bit of a wry smile, but it's very quick, and then goes back to his, like, depressed boy look.
Rooting.
We're gonna crack a shell eventually.
I will. And with that, we're gonna go and take a break. Woo!
Hype for the break.
Pretty sure
Break
my
hype.
mom left me something and I still have chocolate milk.
Aww. Do
I'm
it.
gonna get some water.
Do that. empty your bladders, refill your glasses. Homicide, yes, you're still able on a short rest to regain HP, but you need to continue spending HP, your HD, to regain HP. So if you already, like, at the start of the day, you replenish half your HD, then you spend HD to replenish your HP for that long rest, and then if you take a short rest, you're still spending your HD. You're not regaining it. You need to wait a whole day until you can get your half of your HD back again.
It's that half that matters.
Yes. Yes, yes.
But it's not half of what you have remaining, it's half of your total health stat.
Yes, yes. Half of what your total. Yes. For sure. But during a short rest, you also need to have access to medical equipment because you need your body to quickly heal, so you need the help of tools. Whilst the long rest is just like sleeping and let you yourself naturally heal.
And someone with at least one level in the medicine skill.
Yes, who is able to use the tools. I'm gonna go and grab myself another drink. Be right back.
Burb.
Alright. Hope you guys are having a good time, everybody.
In chat.
Yes. As always, Hamo, it's awesome that you're here. If anybody got some questions as to what we're doing and what's happening, you can always send those questions and we're happy to answer.
Holy shit, what the fuck?
Oh.
Take out the cat!
Cat talk.
What are you doing? I'll be right back.
A bit of a lore dump here in the first half of our episode.
Crazy sister that likes possessing people. Neat.
Yay!
So many questions needed answers.
Yeah, and he's a little bit slow in answering them.
I know, like, get
Likes
to
to
it.
take
Chop.
take his time.
Alright.
He exists in another speed.
I'm
Yeah,
back.
because it's now.
My cat was just...
Glad to have been here, but I should be turning in. Good night, everybody. Good night. Thank you so much for being here, Himo. Hope you have some sweet dreams. Not any Patrina nightmares.
Is it obvious to the common eye the age of
Elves?
Casimir? Of Casimir? Like, generally speaking, an elf reaches, you know, quote unquote adulthood relatively early on, but that's purely physically, not technically, socially, mentally.
Yeah. They reach adulthood biologically as fast as humans do, but they're considered adults culturally around 100.
Right, and and also from a societal perspective,
Yes.
that after they stop, like, seeing the dreams of the soul fragmented previous owners.
Yes. During the childhood, elves dreams about past lives that their soul fragments have been in. Or their soul fragment has been in. And then that slowly changes to past experiences as the elf gains a bigger and bigger soul that starts taking precedence over the little spark. I don't know, elves are usually, fair for a very long time. It's only during the late years, like when in human years, you would say they're like getting like around 80 or so.
I'm back.
It's more like they wilt away rather than they like become gray-haired or something like that. And they stop eating as much, become super thin and shorter and like more stiff, less alive mentally.
Yeah, but more like #depressed before they die.
So is it kind of like, in general, how most humanoids, as they grow older, shrink in size, and they get frailer and frailer?
Yes.
Right.
Without too many other signs of aging. Yeah. And then eventually they will wilt to the point where the body stops working entirely and they simply remain in place and over centuries just join with nature, turning into a tree or a meadow or a bed of mushrooms or something like that. They just
Has Calvin been eating elves all this time?
Oh no.
Oh man.
Oh man, the dark side of Calvin.
That's everywhere.
Oh no.
But they usually do like a form of like ritual suicide before that happens.
Mushrooming.
Because it's quite straining mentally to like, it's like Alzheimer's or dementia, right? You fade away, but very, very slowly. It can be quite distressing.
Neat.
Yes!
That is fun. Yeah.
So the question is, I mean, elves can live up to 750 years. So it depends upon how long the curse has lasted. And Casimir at least says a few centuries.
Yeah.
Well, on the vitamin. Oh wait, there is no vitamin to drink as start, right?
No what? White element?
No, I said on the brighter note. Oh wait,
Brighter
there is no
note.
brighter note.
On the less
Negative
gloomy
start.
note.
Our brighter note was like burned.
On the brighter note, you can just throw yourself in a campfire. Be
And
quicker.
still not die.
Yeah.
Char like a marshmallow.
That's probably gonna leave some scarring.
Do you know how I got these scars?
I threw myself into the campfire like a fucking idiot.
Wow.
And you weren't wearing armor either, so we had to do that whole combat armor less. I think, except for Asphodel who had her armor on.
Yep.
I also might need new pants.
Yeah, they're a little bit
Oh
singed.
man.
They're a little bit singed, yeah. There are a few
A
holes.
little bit. A
Well,
good,
you weren't
a
on
good
there
singeing.
long. You were like there for maybe one turn, so
Yeah, like
The 5
at the
seconds?
very, like around your ankles. They're rather worn. Your ankles. Your ankles got problem, yo.
you got your egg arrow.
I got my egg.
Okay. We feel ready?
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Amarthya, hello.
Yes, that's me.
You go off into the forest, find yourself a nice place to focus. What does the ritual look like?
Oh, she is setting up a very intricate runic circle. Was chanting in Savan something along the line of Seeker, Seeker, Loneliness knows no end. Seeker, seeker, find me a friend. Seeker, seeker, heed my call. Seeker, seeker, before I fall. She's chanting that for an hour. And once the circle is complete and all of the runes are in place, she will take the needle that she has and she will give us a little prick in the hand and will place the blood from her hand at the center of the circle, which will start glowing in a bright purple light. From which lines will form and sort of like strings of weave glowing luminescent will slowly but surely form into a center point that begins to take the form of a cocoon, and from there soul bursts out. Good to have you back, my friend.
I'm back! Whee!
Oh, you're back. It's so good to see you. How was in the Feywild? Did you visit your parents?
I have no idea what the Feywild is.
Oh, whoops.
Because you're telling me a joke?
Yes, of course. Anyway.
Another joke.
Yeah. You have a joke?
Yes. How funny is it that we let those who killed me still remain alive?
Listen, I think that we should be a bit more sociable. I say, not that I think there's anything wrong with you. You are perfect where you are, so as you know.
I'm very cute.
You are.
Yes.
But we need these people right now in order to get what we want, and we can't kill them. Or anyone else who is innocent of crimes. Okay?
But
so,
how
innocent
will we
people.
protect ourselves?
Well,
This world is dark and dangerous.
it is.
We need to survive, and then we need to be ruthless.
Listen, I don't really know how to tell you this, but chances are you'll have to go on without me pretty soon.
No! My only
Yeah.
friend!
Come on, Soul, don't do this to me. You know it's hard for me to think that way.
Who wants to murder you and never murder them first?
But maybe, you know... But before we murder anyone, there are 3 people that we need to murder. You know who I'm speaking of, yes?
Yes, their time is coming. We shall eat their hearts.
Not before we make pies of their legs.
Oh, tasty.
Yes!
Food for days.
Food for thought. Anyway, I do believe we should greet our companions, and Elira will thank you for your noble sacrifice. You did well last night. Very well.
Alright. So, pretend to be allies, and then we stab them in the back.
We do not stab them in the back, we're
No
allies.
stabbing?
We are allies. So,
But
sit
they
down.
will eventually
Sit
stab
down.
us in the back.
No, we stab us in the front, and that's the agreement. The agreement is that we stab
Don't
the bad
like
people.
this.
Well, me neither. But we did some things. I did some things that I should probably, you know.
Out of necessity. They would have killed you if you rebelled.
And yes, and we
And
would
if
be
you
right to do
ran,
so.
They would eventually found you.
If I ran, I would be eventually found. Yes, it's quite a conundrum. Listen, I don't want you to be hurt, and I don't want you. I want you to try try to live, truly live, even if it is without me. All right? That's what I want you to be happy. So you deserve happiness.
You don't know that I'm a moth.
Yes, and even moths deserve happiness.
Yes, but our expected lifespan is not that
You're-
long.
You're a magical moth.
That's because of you.
Shit. I have no reply for that.
But I will gladly go down fighting with you. If it means I can buy you another second.
Thank you. You're too kind.
So, once you work on being allies, and he brings up two of his front legs, and does quotation marks.
Yeah, Hamatia like grabs her forehead and with like her 2 fingers, and she's like, how do I think of them as actual allies, not, and I use the air quotes, allies for now.
And
And should the situation change, yeah, we go for the vote, especially Nix's vote first.
I will think about a escape plan. Yes.
Good. I do hope it won't come to that. They seem like reliable, if a bit troubled sort. Considering all in all, it seems like only Asphoda has her shit together. Nyx is a Vistani in denial of the fact that he's a Vistani, and Lyra is possessed by a ghost demon elf lady, which is weird.
This is
Not anymore.
very complicated for me.
Yeah, it is complicated. I do believe they have a greater role to play in this little game, but I don't know what. Especially Nyx. I mean, you saw that eye pop out of him, right? When we first confronted him.
Yes.
He doesn't seem to be aware of his own powers. It's sort of pathetic in a cute way.
When you make allies with them, you need to learn as much as possible, so you
I
know
do.
where they bleed.
Oh no, I know where they bleed, don't worry about that. I got it covered.
That's good.
Oh, one more thing. No matter what happens, we do not hurt us for that. Golden rule. Don't break it.
Oh?
Yeah. If shit, if it comes down to it, we do not hurt Asphoda at all. Asphoda does not deserve to be hurt.
But there's
She's-
nobody in this world who do not deserve to be hurt.
Yes, there are, and I am going to show you them. Because in India, we hurt a lot of people, and we suffered a lot. I mean,
Just you wait.
please don't.
They will betray you. In some
What?
way or the other. You need to betray them first.
I don't want to betray anyone anymore. I've done enough of it. I've had enough of it.
Then foolish death of us both it is.
Come here. I need a little bit of petting. I'm being a bit of a... I want to say bitch, but you're a moth.
Just be careful with the knees.
Be careful. You have my palm, so be careful.
Ache a little bit when
Yeah, okay. Come over my coat. You need to sleep. You're tired.
Yes, very much.
Okay. Up you go.
Oh my god.
I know. Walk towards them.
Alright. Martha comes back. And at this point, you have finished talking with Casimir. And you have packed up camp and put everything into the wagon. And you're just standing around and waiting for Martha to finish her thing because it takes an hour.
Hello, everyone. So, mind telling me what are you going to do?
Well, we have
During
Illyria.
this, I don't know how much time we have in between, or we're just standing around waiting. But Illyria did say she was gonna tell Casimir some more about that weird ass dream of hers.
Yeah. Let's do that in the wagon.
That's fair. I just didn't want.
Okay, so where are we going? Where are we headed?
I thought we were headed to like the dragon statue.
And what's there?
I think Astrid has a delivery to make.
Are you some sort of a delivery person?
It is a delivery, not by choice.
So who made you his errand girl, exactly?
There was one of those undeads before today.
Ah,
and
your
last
friends, yeah. Yeah, lovely bunch.
Ah, yes, them. Still don't even know their names. If they said it, I didn't pay much attention to it.
Oh. Well, you forget that, I forgot that Stud apparently met with me and beat me in the neck, things like that happen. You tend to be forgetful.
Yes, somewhat. But I did nick off a item from the first one. I didn't think much of it. Other than it looked similar, and I thought it might be useful to unravel the odd mysteries of this place down the road. But it turns out to be quite important, and it wanted me to return it at this dragon statue.
Very specific.
Very specific. Why not then and there? I didn't have it on me. Or why I couldn't give it to them now is still beyond me. But if anything, it's an excuse for me to go there to meet this person. What was their name? What did they say?
Are we referring to the person that they spoke about after they came back yesterday?
Yes, that person.
Ah, yeah. I do believe I recall his name quite vividly.
Can you say it again?
Yeah, I recall his name quite vividly. It was Lord Halfguard.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
That one. Horngard.
I remember
Yeah.
it because it's like a horn in their guard, so it's Horn Guard. That's it.
Yes, well, that. Don't know who that person is. But it seems that as long as I have this, they won't attack me, but they might as well attack everybody else. Unless some kind of deal is cut with this Horngard.
Okay, I am going to tell you something, and I would like all of you to listen. As a daughter of a hag, listen to me. Do not, in any shape or form, do deals with magical entities you have no idea what they're about. And I am a reliable source of information of that sort of thing.
Oh yes, clearly. That little whole short talk with the two undead left more questions than answers. I ain't cutting any deals until I fully understand what the fuck is going on.
Alright then, but let's not make any deals with magical entities, okay? Not yet.
Yes, not yet, or at least not stupidly.
One more thing. I am going
Yes.
to switch my form because my alliance was busted last night because Dad saw it.
Okay.
And I am going to switch my form to a very average-looking human male with
Half, yes.
not half-elf, human male.
Humans are half elves, sort of.
What?
Humans doesn't exist here.
Ah, shit!
What's a woman?
Yeah.
What is
that
a human?
thing. What is a human? I don't get it. Okay.
Yeah.
They're all
I'll-
imprisoned on Frostmark.
That want to start over.
Yeah, half of a man, very unremarkable, in his mid-20s, with a short grey hair and a bit of like rough beard a little bit, with violet eyes, and dressed in what seems to be like
Very average.
seems to be like very average walking, adventuring gear. You know, the cape, the backpack, an unnecessary arm guard, an unnecessary belt there, you know, like a real protagonist syndrome sort of guy. But average. And I said, hi, I am Mimilo Resberg, and it's nice to meet you all. You picked me up back in Fazd, and I am a wandering wizard looking to do some good in Fazd, you know, the place where we went before.
Just corruption is alone.
Oh shit!
Francis corruption is alone. Malaki.
Fuck me! It's been a month and a half, I forget things.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Malaki.
Oh, Fuzz is...
It's not like you got a personal breakdown of most of the lore. No.
No, I'm sorry.
14 pages long just for you.
I read them, but I forgot.
It's okay. Okay, so from Malaki, yes.
Yeah, because I've been... And I'm from Malaki, and looking to do some good, you know, adventure a little bit. Help maidens. Things you adventurers do. I mean, we adventurers do.
Right. And if I was to say all is well in Valaki?
What do you mean?
Makes kind of sighs and we liberated Valaki.
Ah, yes, we did. I was there. In Walaki.
Right. You will also have known then that you were brainwashed. As was most of the populace in Valaki.
Ah, yes, that was weird.
Nix kind of pinches the bridge of his nose and goes, I am sure you'll do fine. Not like anyone really queries any normal person about their background.
Yeah, I'll try to keep the lowest profile I can, and let you guys do the talking, and try to be as incognito as possible.
The other one won't take me a month, I promise.
Alright. Illyria, you have some things to say to Casimir. So what do you tell him exactly about the dream?
Lyria's gonna sort of like give him a description. I don't know if I want to play it, but she's gonna be like as thorough as she can.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like maybe seeing if he can shed some more light on it.
Let me see. Casimir, what kind of skills do you have?
Being haunted by the sister you murdered.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Very peculiar. There seems to be a lot of symbology involved. And the way that you describe that, how real it felt in comparison to your other dreams that you've had, it does sound more like a vision than a dream.
maybe it's
And you said you look slightly different in the dream?
Yes, I had longer hair and he was wearing this beautiful dress, which I haven't done in years.
How did you feel?
Well, as if this person in front of me meant something to me. Like, it's maybe I wasn't able to hear what he said, but it made me feel like warm inside. I know it sounds weird.
And you said it reminded you this other person of the count?
Yes.
Remind me out of game. How much did you tell Casimir again about? I don't think you actually told him about the whole.
Yeah, she asked
Tatiana
about Tatiana, but
accident.
she never said.
Yes.
She never said like that she thinks she might be Tatiana, and she kind of
Yes.
looks down a little bit and is like, hence why I've been trying to find out more about this Tatiana, and Nyx might think I'm batshit crazy, but I do think there might be something to it.
Hence. What's the connection? I do not understand.
Oh, well, you see, I asked you about Tatiana, right?
I remember.
Well, that's what he told me.
He's taken aback. His eyes go like out the window again, looking at the road, darting between item to item as his thoughts are clearly spinning. That's why this peculiar interest in you. That's why
As far as we can tell.
he thinks you to be. How did he say this? That you just reminded him of her?
Well, it was the first time he saw me. Immediately, just discarded his latest concert like she meant nothing to.
Did he tell you anything else?
Well, he seems certain that it is me, especially after he drank my blood.
He drank your blood. And was certain.
It was the condition under which I was allowed to roam Barovia.
He goes silent again. Now, instead of his eyes darting, his eyes defocus. And he's quiet for the better part of like 5 minutes. have you ever thought that perhaps it was a vision from a past life?
Well, after everything that went down here, I think it is quite likely.
I've had those when I was younger. Every elven child of it. The spark of life that the gods give us at our birth comes from somewhere. And in the elf's case, that's always from someone. And until we have gained our own experience to dream about in that trance, we exclusively dream about where this fragment of power has been. They're often vivid, but twisted, as we only inherit parts of their essence. We only receive parts of their dreams and their life. It reminds me of what you tell of, what I experienced many centuries ago. But it shouldn't be for you as a elf. Is it just random chance, or is there something else at play?
That's what I'm hoping to find out somehow.
And when the elves, we never look like our past life, but you apparently is a spitting image. That sounds more than us elves, and sounds more like your whole soul was somehow reincarnated into another body.
How is that even possible?
I don't know. Theoretically, perhaps it could be possible. But since you do not have the memories of this past life, perhaps it's not complete. Perhaps there's something fresh there that is unmistakably yours, but also something that is not yours. Oh, well, I speak at a turn. But you understand me?
I think I do.
Dreams can be scary, especially when they're so vivid from a past life. There are some younglings who need therapy from their dreams if they have inherited a essence that's gone through a lot during their life. It's quite cruel, actually, to a young child. But what my parents always told me is that these dreams can never hurt you. Instead, they are a source of wisdom. And as we have an opportunity to glimpse into another one's life and see where they went right and where they went wrong. So perhaps try to delve deeper rather than fight against it.
I mean, considering everything, that might actually not be a bad idea, if possible.
Remember also what I said about the blessed pool in Kresk?
I do. That is still something that we want to do eventually.
I've heard that it can reveal secrets. I urge you even more now to go there.
I am a little worried about what I'll find.
I'm sorry I can't be more of help.
Well, you don't think I'm crazy, so that's a plus.
No.
And I think this actually sheds some more light on what's going on.
Then I'm happy.
Thank you.
He nods silently and then returns to just looking at the environment as he always does.
Illyria is kind of like stuck trying to come to terms with what she actually kind of already suspected.
And the rest of you, do you listen intently on this conversation, or do you have like small talk?
Oh, Asphod's listening.
Yeah,
She
Nick is
totally listening.
Yeah. Mimiro is also listening quite intently.
Right. A natural pause goes over the wagon as you silent for a while, mulling over what you heard. Anything important you guys want to talk about today? Beyond this?
I have a thing.
Ooh, exciting.
Depends. Like who's driving?
Who is driving?
I mean, I can be driving. It's not a problem. It's just I want to speak to Asphodel.
Asphodel is probably on a horse ride beside you.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got a pony, right?
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's definitely not a pony. The pony
Yeah,
could die.
a pony, yeah, broken spine.
It's just like got that screaming look on its face.
Asphod's just like dragging the pony, like, you know, like a kid who has like one of those like horses. Like,
That pony would have died hours ago.
A little pass.
Rip pony.
Rip pony. Rip.
Oh, I can't bear the weight.
Hi, back.
What broke the horse's back? Asphodel.
Badass. No.
Anyway.
So I guess if Nyx is leading it, then sees Asphodel over there and says, "How are you feeling today, Asphodel?"
Can't put it into words today. It is, well, I suppose the best word would be frustration. There are too many questions left unanswered. Too many pieces. Can never get a straight answer.
You had questions already formulated before our strangers of the night appearing?
Well, I dwelled on who put the curse on Strahd, why, and the like. Now it's just more and more and more, such as our visitors last night.
And I presume then you have all of those questions lined up? Things you wish to ask of this Grand Master Horngard?
Slowly, but surely. I do hope he doesn't speak in a roundabout way.
You hope for answers, as do I. It seems to me that these Argent Purifiers, right? They want to deal with you. And last night they seemed, at least at the start, very disinterested about having any sort of combat with you. And well, they looked to us, the ones without the big heavy armor. And are you sure they wouldn't? Basically what I'm saying is, how in danger am I?
She looks at you up and down, Nyx, and before saying, well, if they wanted to kill you, and you were alone, I would be making a gravestone.
Really?
Though, how bad they want to, keyword want to, I can't quite say. Either want, need, or you just happen to be there.
Right, so what you're saying is, stay far away?
Yes. Because I don't, no offense to you, Nyx, but you in a fist fight, less so a big sword fight, I don't think it would go well.
Well, you don't have any faith in me?
Not in a sword fight with them in heavy armor and you with no armor. And a good thrashing could put you out.
I mean, I'm not going to argue. Part of me wants to, but that's not really what I wanted to do this morning. I was wondering, beyond this, something that happened a couple of days ago. I was just merely inquiring about your well-being. Back in Belaki, you had the encounter with Isaac, and I noticed that your soul mark got a little changed, or it reacted to him. Do you feel okay in that regard?
As disgusting as it feels that some part of that individual found its way on my soul mark, I don't feel any different. If anything, I feel a tad bit more irritable, only because of the situation on hand. Like my patience is wearing thinner and thinner.
And is that just because we're in Barovia, or because do you think something actually physically changed you?
No, I'm pretty sure it's because of Barovia. Or at least what we keep encountering. Undead that won't stay dead. The whole Lyria and Strahd's Last Squeeze and this and a whole other bunch of characters. And now reviving a dead sister.
Wait, we're doing what?
Is that what we agreed?
Don't worry about it.
I think I should worry about it. That sounds pretty shady. And I'm the one who is saying it.
You're reacting to that now?
I didn't know. I asked as we were going on. The only answer I got was, "Oh, we're visiting a dragon shrine." Or taking
Oh, right. You were off getting your moth back.
Yes.
Well, yes. Apparently, what was inside Illyria last night was a very angry sister of... Shoot, what was that guy's name again?
Casimir.
I just forget. Of Casimir.
Sister issues, I can relate. Yeah. Wait, so we are going to revive her dead sisters. How exactly? Does she have a body to be revived in?
Apparently, at a temple.
And any of you know how to revive a person?
No, but I assume this temple and Casimir certainly does, and his dead sister.
Casimir, do you know how to revive people?
I have done so.
You have done so, is that yes or no?
It depends on how long someone's been dead, but this is something completely different. This is a ghost that has been a ghost for a long time.
Okay, so how do you expect to revive it? Did you think about the logistics before going on to this mad quest, and what do we get out of it? And why are we doing this?
We are doing this so that we can acquire power to then kill your entire family. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's great with me. But how exactly does that grant you power?
As
Well, if it works,
ally.
she's a very powerful ally.
And you think making a deal with her after she did that is a good idea because...
Because she wants Strahd dead as much as we do.
That's
She
great.
tried to hurt me to hurt him.
And then realize that whatever we're doing is going to hurt Strahd more than what she was doing to hurt Strahd through Illyria.
Okay, seems like we have a lot of Strahd haters here. Sounds good. That I
That
can't...
is not something that we are going to jump on right this second. We are taking care of the immediate issue with the fact that we have some undead stalkers that seem to really like Ashada.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oddly enough.
I don't have a soul, do you know that? But if they have a conscience, I'm not a particular expert in this field, but if one of you actually understands magic a little bit better, if they have like, a consciousness, they're sentient beings, all in all, they can speak, they can try to intimidate, even though fail at it miserably, but doesn't that mean that they have a soul somewhere?
Not necessarily.
This magic stuff is rough.
They could be drones or constructs or something that was built. And they didn't need souls.
Okay, this is weird. This is very weird.
Nevertheless, this is what we're doing.
Okay, good to know.
But getting back to the main question, have you looked at your soul mark since Kalaki?
No. And I guess now is a good time.
Wouldn't hurt.
Well, we'll see how much shows. A bit of it does go down my spine. But most is on my head, or at least the back of it. I can't see, so I'm gonna have to rely on you.
Sure, then bring your pony over here.
She'll skadoodle her pony over there.
Okay.
Kind of like...
Skadoodle over.
and kind of lower her head in a way so it's easier to view and turn her head around as well and activate her soul mark.
All right. And it shines that brightly frosty blue, except for wherever the little bat symbol is is located, where it has instead a purple shine. Nix, have you seen her soul mark before in greater detail?
I mean, we've been in combat pretty closely with each other, so I've seen what was usually exposed. I'm usually behind her, so...
Yeah, yeah, but this is up your spine, right?
Yeah, it kind of goes, the bulk of it is like back of the head, and it frosts over to the side, towards her front. Kind of stops. Yeah, it kind of stops right under her eye. But yeah.
Okay.
Like a cowl kind of shindig, and the rest kind of trails down her spine.
Okay, cool. Yes, the bat is located at in the back of the neck.
Bat?
Yes, and it has always been there. Nix, and it's always shown a slightly different color from the rest. But now when Asphodel activates her soul mark, you can distinctly recognize that it's shining brighter than before.
I guess I never really paused to think about your soul mark activating, usually because it's at the point when you're stabbing things, but was that bat always there?
A bat? No, I don't recall ever having a bat on my soul mark.
Oh, I believe it's been there for as long as I've known you, I think. It is a slightly different color than the rest of your fabulous blue.
Well, that's concerning, because I don't ever recall having a bat back there.
You don't recall any sort of, I don't know, spooky encounter with something that made you feel all weirdly tingly?
A DM, would that count when she picked up the, Izak's demon-looking arm?
Yes, it certainly tingled that part of your soul mark. And if you remember from the dream of the Death House, you were standing in front a statue in the basement of a woman with bat wings and bat ears, and you were branded. There was something burning on your soul mark.
And the house was called the Death House.
Kind of coined it afterwards. Like, remember that house? Jeez, it was such a death house, but it wasn't the Durst manor.
Okay. You see her like think and think and think, and then the that whole adventure in the Death House comes to mind, and the weird bat lady, and it all kind of like clicks into her head, Izak's arm, and you just kind of hear her like say under her breath, well, shit. When you say it that way, I do recall something bat-related before I came here. There was a house, a haunted house, if you will. And I'll spare you the whole family drama of that place. But oddly enough, there was a statue of a bat-like woman in the basement, and I happened to touch it. And now that you mention it, I did get a burning sensation at the back of my neck. Guess I never thought about it.
You don't get any weird feelings from it other than recently?
There is one recent event when I picked up Izak's disgusting, ugly arm, which I still have.
You're carrying his arm? I'm sure I can see it like poking out of your satchel or something.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that is another question. Is it a common thing for dragonborns to carry severed limbs around with them?
Not particularly, no. But seeing how unique it was, I couldn't help but believe it might be a clue to something else. No, you don't get an arm like that normally. You might have gotten it through something. Who knows? It might connect to something else.
Oh, you have this weird arm, which is starting to smell, not going to lie. That when you touched it, had this weird feeling on the back of your neck where there's this bat thing, of which now you realize it's from this spooky bat lady in this dream that you had, and this is all perfectly normal to you?
No, actually.
Good, because I was going to
No.
say.
Absolutely not. I just hadn't dwelled or realized it when you put it that way.
Well, I don't know if there's anything we can do about it now. It is just more of a concern. Just let me know, right? If anything changes on your soul mark, or if you feel that special tingling again.
I will on one condition.
Conditions?
Yes, that you do the same as well, Nix.
I'm pretty sure I have no bats on me.
Not bats. If something happens to you, that you get an odd dream, or you feel something different about your soul mark, you tell me just as I will tell you.
What? Okay.
Good. Then we're in agreement.
Yeah.
And she'll, deactivate her soul mark, kind of scratch the back of her neck where she thinks it is, and continue on the road with questions in her mind.
A lot of questions indeed. Okay. There's a bit of small talk here and there, but it's also camaraderie silence. And
Yes. Miguel would pick up his entire old notebook and quill, and he will start profiling everyone. They start scribbling notes and observe people and start writing down the body language, the way they speak, the way they talk, infatuation, like inflations, changes of tone, in various moods.
Soul starts to stir a little bit after having some rest, and kind of peeks out of your pocket with his like front legs, and it's just his head, and the rest is in the pocket, like hanging there, looking at what you're writing. And eventually, there's a few comments that the soul makes of suggestions, and like one of them is the big one.
Excuse you?
The big one.
Big one,
The
yes.
scaly one.
Yes, what about her?
She cares a lot about others, more so
Indeed.
perhaps than herself. So we hurt her through others.
Why don't you go back to sleep a little bit? Oh, actually, Elira.
Illyria.
Elira.
Illyria.
I know that. I know that, but he doesn't. Illyria. I do believe that you do owe thanks to a certain moth for sacrificing his flesh and bone. He doesn't have a bone. For sacrificing his squishy little flesh, that you might live.
Oh, I have a bone. Just
You
a
do have a
stabby
bone?
one.
Oh, okay. Why don't you come out and say hello? So,
I mean, does Illyria remember that part? What's going on?
Very. I don't think you remember a little moth dying on the battlefield.
Yeah,
So
so Illyria looks like somewhat like flustered, like I'm sorry.
he so distracted the undead in order to give you room to run away, which you didn't. But he did do so, and he got whacked with a sword and died horribly.
I appreciate it, but I wasn't quite myself back there, but I am sorry.
You would be dead if you didn't do it. Like dead on the floor, bleeding. Internally and externally.
I'm pretty sure I was bleeding regardless.
Yes, bleeding more. More blood.
can you
Guts
tell
on the
her?
floor.
Can you tell her from me that I accept the apology and I will not be buzzing in her ear all night now?
I look at him for a second and I say, so accept your gracious thanks, and he does not at all intend to murder all of you.
Illyria just kind of like squirts her
He's a
eyes
nice
out.
guy, I promise, he's a nice guy. Come on, so we will get you go get some sleep again. You're talking out of your mouth.
And Illyria just kind of like blinks a few times and then like, is your moth wanting to kill us?
Well, okay, that's a funny story. But, let's say that both him and I, had to use a lot of self-preservation in order to survive what was essentially a living hell. So, while I am willing to, try to do things in a bit of a different way, Soul is a bit more, well, how should I put it? A bit more, well, he insists to stick to old habits, which are not exactly healthy for
Okay.
his surroundings.
Can I give you a small hint? If people don't know you want to kill them in their sleep, it's better not to mention that you
No, I don't
want
want to kill you in your sleep. I mean,
I'm just saying hypothetically if a moth were to want murder us.
I am trying to teach Soul to be a bit nicer. But-
I'm just saying if you try to be subtle about it, you just don't mention it.
No, don't worry. Soul obeys my every command, and he will not kill you in your sleep. And even if he didn't obey my every command, he kind of can't because he's a moth, and he doesn't really have a lot of killing power.
Oh, I will find a way.
Stop it!
Can I I don't know, make like a peace offering with some I don't know, sugar water?
Yes, that sounds like a great plan, and I
Wait,
give...
you have sugar water?
I give Soul a death, and I'm like, accept the offering, Soul.
I will, for now.
Oh god, I love Soul, but Illyria is so weirded out right now. Like, this is more surreal than anything that happened so far in Barovia to her.
Soul flies out of the pocket, lands on your knee, and kind of with his leg does a hi.
Illyria just kind of like waves back a little.
Alright, okay, some sugar water is had, and then Soul falls asleep very, very happy.
By the way, you should give me those trousers sometime. I can get them fixed for you.
That, nice.
Yeah, because you were standing in the fire.
I was in the...
I mean, she was standing in your body in a fire.
Just say it was... I'm sick and tired of getting possessed.
Hey, don't worry, it happens to all of us, you know. Sometimes you just go about your day and then some sort of entity grabs you and tortures you, you know, it happens to all of us. I mean, who wasn't tortured here? Look, everyone here is like a pile of misery. It's quite endearing if you think about it.
Yeah. Lyra just kind of like shakes her head and like looks away a little and is like, sure.
Mimilo takes notes about what not to say in a conversation.
Okay. All right. Around lunchtime, let's go to the map. Let's go to the map. Not the battle map, but a normal
thank
map.
God. That, but I was really concerned.
Time to fight.
Let's reveal a little bit more.
Look, I wonder what I could do with another night's sleep.
I think we all should can do have a nice lip.
Do you want to talk to my 0-hit die?
Oh Jesus, never mind. Okay. Jeez. Ah yeah, you almost kills like 3 times in a single day. Yeah. Do be like that.
Yeah.
We did do, like, Asuda next to do some cartography, so I don't know if you can reveal more.
Yeah.
Yes. Am I not doing it?
You're only revealing the road.
Yeah, that's what you see from the road.
Okay, but, like, we're, like, here or something like this?
Yes, right now, around lunch.
Mhm.
You come upon a crossroad. There is no sign of what this rather like major road. It used to be cleared and it used to be cobblestone here for this road. But then it has been overgrown by bushes and grass and mud and some of, the stones are not straight anymore. Some are jutting out and some weird angles from just roots and temperature erosion. And the road does lead south. And as for as you look down that path just into the far tree line as it takes a turn towards the east, your vision goes white. But you realize it's not only white after a moment of just blinking rapidly, thinking there's just like a film in front of her eyes. Instead, you realize that it's a blizzard. And you're standing on a rather homogeneous snow-covered ground. And you cannot see further than perhaps a meter or two in front of you. The cold doesn't bother you. But it's still annoying as the snow pelts you in the face from almost all directions. There's nothing around until you hear, through the sound of the wind, the flapping of very, very large wings heading towards you. And as you swirl around, wanting to face it, your vision returns to normal. And not but a moment in real life has gone.
She blinks several times, and she's like looking around, like quizzically, at whatever's closest to her. And then turns to Nyx. Skadoodles her horse towards closer towards Nyx, and says, "I didn't think such a moment would happen so soon. But something weird happened just now."
Oh. I mean, you're going to have to be a little bit more specific. Things are getting weirder every day.
Yes. For a moment, just now, I found myself standing in a raging blizzard. Just blizzard for all the eye could see. And then I heard the sound of big wings flapping behind me. And before I could really turn around and see what it was, everything went back to normal.
A blizzard, eh? And so you had a little bit of a hallucination?
Yes. Just suddenly.
You have had hallucinations before like this?
No. Unless it's caused by creatures that could make you have visions of the like, I would assume. But other than that, no.
And what were you doing at the point of when you had this hallucination? You were thinking something, or?
I was just dwelling upon questions, what to say to this. What's it? Helm something? Hornyard? Hornhelm?
Hornguard.
Hornguard, yes. I was just thinking about that.
I see. How do you feel? Like, is your soul mark like all achy, twitchy, scratchy, anything like this?
Does it feel any different, DM?
No. No reaction from your stomach. But you were looking down the road when you received the vision. I don't know if Asvada puts, thinks about that, but just making sure.
Okay. No, it feels quite normal. Does it look any different? And she'll activate it again.
The same result.
No, it's still all cool and shiny blue, except for the weird colored bat in the middle there.
Odd and random, I suppose.
Still, do you have some inclination of which way to go?
Well, can she recall that the dragon statue was southwest, right? Like that deep beneath here?
Yeah, southwest of Olaki.
Yeah. Well, that road there, she points to the left one, goes southwest. And the dragon statue is southwest, so...
Southwest it is then.
Yes.
Nyx clicks the reins for the horse to head south.
Alright. The path you've been traveling for some time now has been rolling through these gentle valleys. You're going up a hill and then going down in a slightly lowland area, and then so on and so forth. And you do feel like you have been in slightly rougher terrain. And it continues going through this up and down, even more so than before, as you turn your horses southward.
Do you think that means anything? The blizzard or something? Bat wings? Or is it regular wings? Something wings?
Well, if we're going to look at this symbolically with a splash of literal in it, that blizzard felt like I was back in my homeland, caught in a storm, and hearing the sound of wings behind me, and that symbol is behind my neck, then yes, it could. I wouldn't be surprised if they were related.
And there was no wings or anything in your family? Like, does your mother have wings? I don't know how it goes with Dragonborn. I've only met a few.
No, we don't carry wings.
I bet you would look great with wings, though.
It would be nice to have wings and a tail.
And eyebrows.
No. I'm sorry, but no.
As you like. They do help. At least, communicating non-verbally. Eyebrows are pretty great, and he does the whole eyebrow wheel.
Oh my. That's really weird. I thought brows are there to keep the water from pooling into your eyes during rain or snow.
Huh? Maybe we should find some way to have you try them out somehow.
I'd pass.
Okay. As you like. I mean, don't knock it till you try it, that's all I'm saying. Maybe we can find, I don't know, 2 caterpillars and stick them on your face, see if that works.
Then, if you're going to put 2 caterpillars on me just to find out how it feels to have eyebrows, why don't you shave yours to see how it feels without them?
But, I kind of like my eyebrows. I'm kind of fond of them.
Yes! Isn't that so? You like your eyebrows. I like mine. Or lack thereof.
Okay. So you're saying that if you would try out eyebrows, that I have to get rid of my eyebrows so that we both endure, understand how it feels from one side and the other?
Sure. Yes. Essentially.
Okay. How about we make a bet?
What bet?
Well, a bet where the wager is eyebrows.
Oh yes, and what are the conditions of the bet?
I mean, we're meeting up with your Argent Purifiers, right?
Yes. Assumedly.
And that is the next thing that we're going to encounter. So maybe if you mistakenly call one of them a wrong name, you have to get caterpillar eyebrows.
Only if they introduce their names first.
Or
And I I suppose if I get them all right, you have to shave yours.
Fine.
Then I guess we have a bet.
Okay. Well, let's hope that by the end of this you have some caterpillars on your face, because otherwise you could be a little bit more angry, and yes, I would be losing a lot more than just my eyebrows.
I'm sorry, I was interrupted for a moment. Can you repeat that last part?
I said it works out for the better because if you have caterpillars on your face, it means that Nyx is probably missing something more important than his eyebrows, because they'll be angry.
We're perpetually angry caterpillars.
We get Sol to like poop out some larvae.
Oh God, no. No, if you just put soul...
Sadistic caterpillars on your eyebrows.
We
Don't
just have
give him
well,
ideas.
well, moths are fuzzy, so we can have one eyebrow right now. One eyebrow.
We will be an ivy.
Both Julie and Illyria are too tired for this shit.
We are legion.
By the way, Illyria still probably looks really fucking tired.
Yeah. And you have this this heartache. It's like your respiratory system of bringing oxygen everywhere. Your blood pressure and all of that is not working as it should.
Oh great.
Yeah. Something didn't heal inside like it should have. Sometimes you get these stabs in your chest close to your heart. Yeah. It ain't great.
Can Illyria just ask, so what exactly stabbed me next to my heart?
I believe it was one of the undead, if I remember correctly.
Yes, and you were certainly begging for it.
Oh yeah, you were like, and I'm going to, I'm going to impersonate with her.
I was not begging for it.
You were pretty much like, oh yes, stab me. And I use my changing power to actually impersonate you.
I wasn't me.
Oh,
Yes,
it was someone.
The person that was inside you was making you look. Well, not making you. Really wanted the undead to stab you.
Right. Because she thought that if you were injured, then it would hurt Strahd. So you were basically a proxy stab dummy.
Yes, that. You were a proxy stab dummy.
I would just like to remind you guys that it wasn't me, because I feel like
we
that
know.
was made very clear.
Yes,
Wait. So that's why she did it, right? She did it to her Strahd.
Yes, she did
Do
it
you
to her.
understand we're dealing with the same kind of person as my mother? Because I hope you do. Because she did the exact same thing. And you want to deal with that kind of person.
I don't know, but that's not the point. I just wanted to know what stabbed me.
An undead that was stabbing you because the person that was in you was really gunning for it.
Yes, we got the why. I was more concerned with the what, but thanks for telling me.
You're welcome.
Are we sure that you want to condone this sort of behavior? This proxy stabbing?
Well,
It's been resolved, Tomato.
as the one who
Well,
was
but
thrown
it's
into
been
a
resolved with you,
fire,
but what is going to happen with the next
And
person?
as
who
the
might
one,
be-
as the one who was thrown into a fire and stabbed, I'm not a huge fan of whoever threw me into a fire and got me stabbed.
I'm just
If
saying,
there's
you know
some
about this.
truth to her power as a spellcaster, she might be useful.
I am just saying that there are some good people who are loyal to Strahd out of necessity. And if her tactic is to kill things Strahd like to get in Strahd, and we give her free reign to do so.
No, it's not what's going to happen.
So what's going to happen?
Well, Casimir has had words, quote-unquote, words with his sister, the ghost, that likes to possess people.
Yeah.
And apparently there is some promises made that she won't do it to us as long as we have an aligned quest, shall we say, to hurt Strahd.
Okay, so she won't do it to us, but she'll do it to other people, and you're fine with it.
Well, I look to Casimir and say, like, can she go anywhere she wants? Or is she, like, bound to you somehow?
I'm pretty sure, as far as we know, this was the first time that she tormented somebody other than him. And it was because she thought I was...
We don't know that.
He literally told us.
No, he didn't say that this is the only one that she's tormented.
I'll float with the boat on that one, but I do want to express my concern. If we let this person do these things to people who might, not be that bad and follow Strahd of necessity, not everyone who follows Strahd is doing so out of malice, they're doing it for survival, which is perfectly understandable. But what happens if we let her out and she hurts innocents?
I don't think that... Casimir is right there. Why don't you answer the question, and then instead of hypothetically talking about things you don't know about.
Okay, that's fine, that's acceptable. Casimir?
Casimir looks like he want to sink into the ground. Like, oh no, I need to answer, and then I don't need to answer. Oh no, I need to answer. No, I don't need to answer. Oh, I need to answer.
It's literally just like, I just wanted to know what stabbed me. I didn't want to have this discussion.
Anyway.
Told her.
Anyway.
I know, but like Illyria's just like, I'm tired. I didn't want this discussion to turn out like this.
Casimir look between all of you a little bit like a deer in the headlights of they're talking about me. Now I need to say something. Honestly, not anymore.
Not anymore, she won't hurt anyone innocent anymore? Or not anymore, she will hurt anyone anymore?
In those early days when she was directly punishing me physically, when there was more Barovians around, she did it once or twice, but ever since it was only dreams she has tormented me with. She has never done it before. Again. I think she was just angry and confused and believing herself to be alive sometimes. She did prefer to inhabit women.
That makes sense. She was a woman. I guess more comfortable would be to possess a woman.
I don't know if... I mean, I have no say in the matter, obviously. But... I joined you in order to cleanse the land of people like my mother. And that's... when I think, what would mother do? That's exactly the sort of thing she would do. And I don't feel comfortable with that thought.
You didn't join us to cleanse the land.
Yeah, well, I killed my mother, and I thought she was the only one, yeah. What did you think?
That you are here to provide us with direction when it comes time to kill your mother.
Yes, and why do I want to kill my mother?
Because she killed my best friend.
Why do I want to kill my mother? You know why you want to kill my mother.
Well, because you want to stop her killing people's best friends?
Yes.
Right. So your objective is just to kill your mother.
But yes and no.
So you're wondering, at the end, though I won't kill you, why your life has to be forfeit, while her life, the one that possessed Illyria, gets to live again, when she is like your mother.
No, I mean, I deserve to die, pretty much, yeah. But I just feel like that if I go and kill my mother because of the things she did, and I let someone else who does exactly the same thing live and be about and torment people, then I'm a hypocrite and I don't want to be that anymore.
Well, you won't be. After we kill your mother, of course.
You don't understand. I can't condone employing the same tactics as her because she represents everything, but not right here.
I don't think you have anything to say about the matter. I mean, you cannot like it, but that was not the deal, Mattia.
I know it was not a deal, and I'll go with you to the ends of the earth and then die there probably, but I'm just saying that it's not right to I mean, okay, you kill my mother, you kill Stad, and then you let other people with the exact same destructive capabilities and methods take over. That's not good. You betray your own purpose.
I don't think that is our intention at all.
You are going to let her free?
Please do not judge my sister from the acts of being an angry, bitter ghost.
Very well. Then, in her life, has she done things has she killed anybody in life?
Self-defense and protection of the tide.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just paranoid. Maybe I just see too much of her because of her influence on my life. I can't let just some other figure take her place and do the same thing. I can't.
If in life she killed to protect and defend,
That's good. Yeah, that's great.
that's good.
Yeah.
And of course, in death, due to circumstance, become so bitter, so wrathful. And that's all you have left. You do crazy things, such as possess another woman to, so on and so forth. I think that's quite different in the case of your mother, though the tactics are similar. To hurt one person to hurt another, that will change. I think their personalities in life are going to be very, very different.
Alright. I've said my piece and I don't really have an influence about it. Let's hope that you are making the right decision.
Noted.
Alright. Afternoon turns into early evening. And you continue to travel south with the road. And as you do not know how far away it is, you start considering if it's time to rest. You're all very, very tired after all. But as you round another corner, searching for that place, that's when you see on top of a very large promontory, a hill, the faint outlines in between the mist, some kind of large stone building on top of it, and the road continues in that direction. Circles still through the forest a little bit, and then goes serpentine up on top of the hill towards the building.
Do I know what that is?
You probably heard stories about it, but Madame Eva and the other Visani of Sirtpool have always been forbidden to be in these parts of the woods. It's in the Vistani. They probably talk about a haunted ruin.
Just a haunted room.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will look up there and with a brief look to Hamatia and say, "Oh, I will say nothing because she's not here, and she's mentally checked out." And we'll keep it for later.
Anyone else?
Yes,
I mean,
Probably see these hills.
there is just like, is this what we're looking for?
Oh, that's no dragon statue.
yeah, southwest of Valaki, I believe.
Maybe it's further southwest.
You know what you're looking for, yes?
Yes, a dragon statue. And
Sure,
that's
but-
certainly not it.
Well, no, but there are ruins, and I don't know if there's a dragon statue in them, but I'm just curious if you know exactly what you're looking for.
Well, I do, and that's not it. But I don't know. It could be inside, as you said. Don't suppose it can't hurt to see, right?
Hey, maybe, but at the same time, can't you do your weird feeling thing that you do to see if there's any spooky things around?
Very
Might
well.
point us in the right direction? I don't know. If we're this close to them, surely we should see another undead creature waiting for us, I suppose, or waiting for you.
Yes. Well, can't hurt to try. She'll do the primeval awareness.
All right. You stop for a while. The carriage. To do your primeval awareness, taking a moment to rest. And in your mental radar, you can smell on top of that hill. Wait. 26 sources of undead.
Jesus.
Well, that's a lot of undead.
What? Where?
You said it was like in the ruins or just around?
I don't know if it's that. You only know the distance to the undead sources. And you know that the distance equals to the distance from where you are right now, and looking at
Yeah.
the hill and the ruins, and also the height difference makes sense. So on the hill, somewhere there.
So all of them on the hill, like somewhere there.
Yes.
All right. She points on that towards the hill somewhere there.
Tell us this way.
Do you want to send a scouting party?
Does this mean that the ruins is where we're going or not? 26 undead is quite a lot of undead.
Yeah, it is a lot of undead.
That's all.
And I don't see a dragon statue. If any, maybe the dragon statue's on the hill over there.
Do you want me to send Soul to check it, maybe?
Would be appreciated, yes.
Alright, so I'll come over here.
Only if you ask. Not
So?
her.
So, please, scout the for undead and dragon statues.
Okay.
I'm gonna see with your eyes.
Alright. I go wee.
Okay, I will.
I love this moth so much, but at the same time, I'm so afraid of it.
I am going to be blind.
Like, as Julie.
I am going to be blind and deaf for a while, so if something happens, tap me on the shoulder twice, please. And I'm going to send my consciousness into Soul.
Alfred, thank you so much for the description. This has definitely been a while. I see. Does it have a range?
That's it. Let me check.
It does.
Yeah.
It does have action. Never mind. I won't do that.
Well, you can still send it, but your consciousness will only be present like a certain distance. So it's a fairly long distance, but it's not 20. It's not like
It's 20 meters.
So never mind.
That you can still have a connection to it. But Soul is able to fly away without you and then come back.
Yeah.
And then talk telepathically of what he has seen.
Alright. My mistake.
But it will take Soul probably 20 minutes flying up there and 20 minutes coming back. You know? Little moth. No, okay, maybe not that long. 10 minutes. Up and down.
it's okay.
All right.
Wait that long.
You take the moment to rest. Perhaps eat a little bit of your trail mix.
Mm-hmm.
And
Pocket nuggets, my favorite.
then you can see Soul's slightly luminescent wings come back into view, lands on Hamartia's shoulder, looks up to you and says, "There's a lot of stacked stones up there into that weird structures you guys like.
Okay.
But some of it seems to have fallen down, like they have not been taking care of their nest."
Ooh, I see. Did you see any dragon statue? You know, big lizard, two wings.
Oh, I don't know what a dragon is, but I did see a big lizard
Big lizard with two wings?
with 2 wings.
Alright.
And
Great job, Soul.
somebody standing beside it. In
Somebody.
front. Yes.
Somebody alive? Was he wearing armor? Did you see how he looks like?
The armor is not as shiny as it is on Asphodel.
Wait, it's like Asphodels.
No, it wasn't as shiny as Asphodel. Keep up.
Ooh, alright. Jeez. So, don't treat me like this. I'm your friend, man.
Then did it look sort of like this? And she'll show her oh wait, no, she can't understand.
No. Yeah, we just see how
Oh, wait,
I was like,
wait a
So
minute.
telepathically.
My bad. Yeah.
Yeah, you just see me staring at the moth.
Yeah, they're like staring at each other. And then Soul says, "I didn't fly too close. I don't like them. They killed me.
Yeah, we don't get involved with this fight, okay?
I will only fly close if I got the killing move."
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yes.
Okay, go back to your pocket. I'll call you if I need anything more. Okay?
We'll
Go to
hide
sleep.
in your
Bye.
pocket.
Okay. Good night. Love you.
Love you too.
Oh, that's you more. Okay.
God.
Anyway, yes, so there is a dragon statue out there, and there is a guy with in armor very familiar to yours, Asuda, but less well maintained, so probably an undead.
Well, it seems like this is the place.
And it's also a graveyard rundown.
A whole lot of undead, yes.
So, do we have a plan of attack, or are we just going to waltz in there like a bunch of idiots?
Don't believe we're there to attack them. It's a delivery, is it not, Aswada? Unless you wish to enlighten us further.
Yes, it's a delivery and a statement as to which side I am on, it seems. Isn't that right, DM? Did I hear it right?
Yeah. The female undead told you that you will be safe as long as you are delivering the necklace. But after that, as long as your intent remains to kill Strahd, they're going to hunt you down in greater numbers, but you can try and talk to the Grandmaster Horn God about it.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, making sure. Didn't want to misunderstand. And Aswada will reply. Yes, it's a delivery. How they won't attack me as long as I apparently carry it. However, if I still go about intent to kill Strahd, they will continue to hunt us down in greater numbers. Unless I can, I suppose, a deal or talk it out with this Horn God.
Yeah. Do you think Horn God is the guy standing up there?
I can only assume, since his name has been flung around so many times by the two that we met last night.
Quite the celebrity.
Quite. It's their, what was it? Their master, grandmaster of sorts.
An interesting point of conjecture of detail here is that the leader of the Argent Purifiers is also called the Grandmaster.
Oh! That detail strikes her.
A Grandmaster is basically a leader of a knightly order.
Okay, the knightly order. Okay. I shall continue. Interestingly enough, the Argent Purifiers leader is also called the Grand Master. Huh. Well, then there's another connection there. Why in line with Strahd, it's beyond me. But if I can convince him or talk something out with him, the rest will have to follow. Idealistically.
Alright, that sounds great.
And you have, these are undead after all. Do you have any misgivings or feelings that this could go badly?
It could. If I say no, I will definitely still want to kill Strahd, and there's 26 of them in total, including their Grandmaster. Odds don't look nice for us, if 2 last night were giving us trouble.
Right. So, looking around, he looks around the group. No mention of wanting to kill Strahd. Wait, that's what happened, though. Illyria said, well, not really Illyria. Possession Illyria.
Let's call her Banshee Illyria.
Well, her name is Patrina.
Patrina.
But she said to them that she wanted to kill Strahd, and then they all went batshit crazy. Does this mean that these guys want to keep Strahd alive?
It seems to be like that.
Well,
I don't know why. Especially Strahd is a vampire, and at least the Argent purifiers on outside this place don't quite follow that scheme.
So what if if you're going in there and you deliver it, and then they say, well, now you're in league with us and we are going to protect Strahd, what are you going to say? You're going to say,
Well, I won't give this token so freely, willy-nilly like that. They really want this item. I don't know why.
I mean,
They won't attack me while I'm in possession of it. Or maybe they could just knock me out and take it there. Who knows?
I mean, if you're really talking about semantics of killing Strahd, you could say that you want to live the myth without killing him, and that would give you a freebie, maybe.
Yes. If we could get literally everybody out of here except Strahd and his goons, that would be an ideal situation.
Yes, that would be the ideal situation, and you don't have to be realistic, you have to be idealistic for them.
Yeah. Well, maybe they'll agree to that. I'd be happy with it.
okay, it's not like we can back out, right? It's either this or they keep hunting us forever.
Yes, unfortunately.
Oh no, being hunted forever, what a cool fate.
Your sarcasm isn't really helping here, Hemati.
Oh, I'm just saying that you can probably get out of this without trying to think of good shit to say.
Well, only one way to find out.
Only way to find out.
Do you reckon it is a good idea?
No, it's not a good idea. It's 26 versus 4. Or 5,
Five.
including Casimir. 6,
Oh, I was talking
including
about Sol.
Moth.
I was talking about 4 and
Do you
5.
reckon they remember what I said?
Oh yes, how could I not forget when you were being possessed? It was quite cringe.
Maybe if you write on the blackboard that you don't want to kill Strahd 100 times, they'll forgive you. Who knows?
Oh,
Yes.
thanks for reminding me of that.
Well, 26 again. 26 to 6 in total. Foolish, yes, but what other options do we have?
Well, I have faith in you, Asfada, so this is something that you have to take care of. I won't leave your side.
Thank you. Hopefully we come out of this with benefits and one less group on our tail.
I'm gonna die anyway, so let's make it fun while it lasts.
Not before you tell us about your dear mother.
Oh, I can't tell you about my dear mother if I'm getting stabbed to death by undead.
Then you better survive.
Make me.
Asphoda will make her way up the valley somewhere. Up the hill somewhere.
Yeah, you continue on your way with the horse and wagon down the road that serpentine up the hill.
Mm-hmm.
And we are going to end tonight's episode with this view here.
Good view. I see a skin. Oh. Whew. Oh wait.
Ah, that guy.
Why does he look like Discount Strahd? What the fuck?
Dead Strahd. Discount Strahd.
Oh my god, it's not a discount Strahd, but yes.
You know what, right? That's exactly what I was thinking when I first saw it, but I didn't mention anything.
This is great value Strahd.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is probably the better version of Strahd.
Kid, I want Strahd. Mom,
See,
have
I
Strahd
can-
at home. Strahd
I
at
can
home.
be okay. If Strahd looked like that, I'd be okay with it.
Okay, anyway, high above the river valley, just a quiet promontory upon which looms a sepulchral mansion. Its turrets capped with fairy tale cones, its towers lined with sculpted battlements. A third of the structure has collapsed. as parts of the roof, but the rest appears intact. A dark octagonal tower rises above the surrounding architecture. Perched atop a cube of granite is a moss-covered statue of a dragon, its wings tucked close to its body at the apex of the hill and facing towards that large stone fortress in front of you. Standing like a statue himself is the familiar undead you met days ago on the road. His eyes are closed as he waits beside the granite dragon, as still and stiff as it is. Out of the fog comes a distant peal of thunder, quickly accompanied by a howling of wolves in the woods below. But the house stands silent, seeming like the fossilized remains of some long dead thing smote upon the mountainside. And with that, going to end tonight's episode of Curse Among the Misery. Woo!